It's Friday. Friday. Yay. Yay. It's Friday. So, the last day of the week. It's the weekend. I'm ready. I don't know about you, but I am so ready for the weekend. I have plans with my sister tribe this weekend. I hope it doesn't rain. Cross my fingers and toes. Um, so I'm just ready to celebrate and be with my besties, my friends, my girls, and I'm just excited. But before all of that, we're gonna get into this show. So tonight is another episode of Night Talks with Sasha, and I am your girl, Yati Sasha, coming into you live for another episode. So tonight we're talking about emotional intelligence. Ooh, what does that mean? We're gonna find out. And we're talking about now. When you talk about that, you can go across a gambit of places that you look at your emotional intelligence. But tonight, we are going to focus on relationships. So basically, we're talking about emotionally intelligent men, and I'm asking the question: are women really ready for that kind of man? Um, are we ready to date that kind of man? Marry that kind of man? And what does that man look like? Because you can say a lot of things, but what does it look like? Right? I want to know what it looks like so I can know what it looks for. So we're going to get into that conversation about that. Now, I got my gems. I got some very lovely, dynamic, intelligent women that are going to be helping me have this discussion. So, without further ado, let's get into it and let's talk about it. Okay. So, tonight we have Deidre Gibbs. You all remember she's the editor and CEO of HPS Magazine out of Houston, Texas. Hi, Deidre.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing the same.
Okay, long time no see. Didn't I just talk to you last week? I think I did.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to say more, but it's good. It's all good.
It's all good. Now we have someone new in the house. Gabby. Hi, Gabby.
Hey. How are you, love?
I am awesome. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me. I'm just so happy to be here.
I am so happy that you're here. We have known each other for a while, but we've just recently gotten pretty close and talking to each other. You know, we ran in the same circles,
Right.
but we wanted to do this for a minute. So I'm glad that you are here. Lady
you.
T, you there? Hey, T. Hey, girl. Lady T, you there? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Okay, I'm gonna say, what is you with? What you doing? You in the car?
I'm in the car.
Like it's
liking.
You're home away from home.
Yes.
Okay. So, tonight we're going to be talking about emotionally intelligent men. And so, I wanted to start with the ladies because, well, y'all my ladies, and I wanted to start with y'all first. But I'm eventually going to bring in some men that are classified as emotionally intelligent men, and they're going to be coming on the show, and we're also going to have a conversation. So, I want to start with the ladies first. Now, who wants to go first? Don't make me call you out. What do you feel is an emotionally intelligent man, and what does that look like to you? Who wants to go first?
Let's see.
Okay,
An intelligent man.
y'all gonna make me do a song. Come on now, don't be scared. Y'all want me to go first? Okay, I'll go first. Okay. I believe for me, an emotionally intelligent man is one that, first of all, he's in touch with his feelings. And he knows how to communicate those. He's not going to be, when I say that, he's not going to yell and stand around and just go crazy if there is a problem. He can rationally have a conversation with you. I also think that emotionally intelligent man is one that is, he understands, he empathizes with his woman, since we are talking about relationships. But he empathizes with his woman, her point of view, where she's coming from. He may not have a clear understanding, but he clearly listens to what his partner says, and he's just, he knows how to move in that area, in that arena of the emotions, and he's very self-aware. I think that's one of the biggest things for me. He's very self-aware. He knows his triggers, and he knows his peace is also very important to him, but he's not going to come in and disrupt someone else's peace. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It definitely does. Yes.
Yeah, because the only thing I would add to that would be having the ability to learn things that they might not know. I don't want somebody to say, like, okay, what they know is it. I want to be able to have the ability to grow. There's new things that you don't experience, you never experienced, and you're going to be dealing with new things, so you have to have that awareness to be able to grow and learn.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if I could also piggyback off what you two said, I also want to add to the fact that he is actually an emotionally intelligent man will also be hyper aware of how his actions, his thought process, and everything affects the people that he interacts with.
Yes,
that he is able to hold himself accountable in every aspect. And I think that is very important when we're talking about emotional intelligence in a man. I think accountability
absolutely
is very important.
Very much so. I think it's the cornerstone of that emotional intelligence. And I'll say this. For me as a woman, and being married and now going back out into the dating world, the lack of accountability for men is astounding.
Right.
Oh boy.
There is this expectation of they want women to be accountable for our actions and to
but also theirs.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say, and to be accountable for theirs as well. Like,
true. Yeah.
That's a lot, bro.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That's a lot, especially when you're dealing with an older woman such as myself, and the body changes, and with that, and I'm speaking of menopause, when your body changes, unfortunately, going through menopause, my mentality, what I can, the amount of pressure that I can take or withstand that meter is a little bit lower than what it was 10 years ago when I was 36 compared to now at 46.
Yeah.
And so I think that some men, they don't take that into consideration when they are involving themselves with a woman of a certain age. And I can't speak about women. I'm not 30 anymore. I'm not 35. I'm not 25. I can only speak about myself as an almost 50-year-old woman. And we've lived, not knocking the young sisters, not knocking them, but as a 46-year-old woman, I got a little knowledge under my belt, and I got a little life, and so I've been dealing with, you have to take into consideration what we as women deal with: motherhood, working, life, because life be life.
Yeah, I was about to say life.
Yeah. And I don't have the stamina to hold some grown man's foot to the fire and be like, babe, you need, this is what needs to be done. We need to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't. I don't.
Oh gosh. So I see Atlanta is pretty much the same as Houston.
Yes, it's a lot. So, but I agree. Accountability. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a message. Accountability is very high up there. When it comes to an intelligent, emotionally intelligent man, I really agree with that. It has to be. And you just move. I think that a man that is, I personally, I have come across some, and I didn't know that that's what they were. Like I had no idea that he was considered emotionally intelligent. I just thought that he was just a very well-rounded man. That he was a little older. He's learned some stuff about women, and it was just, he was just who he was. And I didn't know that it was, he had basically taught himself to be that way.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know that. I had no, until I started looking into this, I didn't know that it doesn't just happen. Of course it doesn't just happen, but it is a conscious effort.
Job.
Yeah.
It's a 24/7 job.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
It really is. To be that man, and it doesn't mean that you get it right all the time, but you are conscious enough about what you're doing so that, like you said, Gabby, you don't affect somebody else. You don't disturb. In order to protect your peace, you're not disturbing somebody else's peace. That's my biggest thing. Don't come up disturbing me. Shit. I got enough going on as it is.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
For me, I think with emotional intelligence, I think that you also have to be willing to have tough conversations. So communication has to is very important. Just how you were just saying how you're older, you've been through some things, but there are some women out there that are older, but they may not act older. And when they do finally come across a woman who is mature and who is of her age and on her stuff, it's a conversation that has to be had because he's never experienced that before. I think that sometimes men are afraid to have conversations, and admit, hey, I've never dealt with this before. And even though I like it, I don't know how. So, we have to, as women and men, sit down together and have those tough conversations. And I think sometimes we stray away from those tough conversations, and it causes a bigger issue when you don't have those conversations than when you do.
True.
Absolutely.
True. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Not putting too much in my business there, but in my ability to be vulnerable, I was the person that I was just dating. He was 29, and so he thought I was younger than what I was. Me, but he was 29, and in the midst of us having a tough conversation about my health, because I'm very transparent about living with stage 4 cancer, very transparent. He was, caught off guard because he didn't know. He's like, you have cancer? I'm like, yeah. Oh. And so having that conversation about what that was, and also how he's seen other people, family that have gone through stage 4 cancer, and it was a hard conversation. And he said in the midst of that, we disagree, but I enjoy the fact that because I'm young, you don't talk down to me. You talk to me like I'm an adult. And I'm like, yeah, like you are, and Lady T, that resonated with me, because that does make a difference when you're dealing with someone, and it does not necessarily have to be such an age gap. It's just where that person is at mentally, and dependent upon that conversation that you have to have, you need to be able to talk and have that moment where, okay, let me be transparent. Okay, let me be vulnerable, and standing your vulnerability, which I can admit as a woman that is now walking and standing in my own vulnerability, is hard. I'm just now learning how to be vulnerable with other women. So in that, I don't always get it right, or I overshare, or those moments. But thankfully, I've been around other women that have gently said to me, "You don't have to do that," or "You don't have to tell me all that, but I get it. Thank you for sharing that." And that makes it different, and that makes it better for you to be able to express yourself. And I think that with an emotionally intelligent man, he's willing to stand in his vulnerability and be able to say, "I don't get that. Explain that to me. Like, I want to know more about that." And you have to be a certain type of woman to accept a man that comes to you and say, "I don't get that. Let's talk about it." I think that's very important.
Yeah, I agree. I also wanted to cue in on when we were is it Lady T? I'm sorry, I don't want to mess up nobody's name. I'm so sorry.
It's Lady T.
When she was okay, Lady T. I apologize. I wanted to just make sure I'm saying it right.
Yes.
When she was speaking about how when you got to have those tough conversations, and this is what ties into emotional maturity, because you have to. I mean, there's a certain level of maturity, and a lot of people say, "Oh, it's about age." It really isn't. It is about that level of maturity, and that all encompasses if you're if you're emotionally intelligent and have matured to the point where you can say, "Okay, I'm going to take that accountability. That's where it comes from, because you can't, if you're trying to have those tough conversations with someone who's emotionally immature, you're going to get frustrated. They're going to get frustrated, and it's going to turn into a whole melee of stuff that is either not going to get said or going to turn into an angry type of, I just don't want to open up, because you have the infamous shutdown and all of that. I do that. I'm sorry. I became a certified relationship coach about 3 years ago, and I have to deal with this with most of my clients, where, and I hate to say it, it is men and women that are emotionally immature.
True.
And some people say, hey, it's mostly men. It's mostly with the emotional part, the emotional intelligence. That is, it's actually hitting neck and neck. And I really hate to say it that way, but it's actually hitting neck and neck. It all depends on what you were exposed to, what you decided to do, because even if you were exposed to certain things, some people take on things differently. It is how you actually grasp it and say, hey, listen, you know what? I wasn't around that, but can you help me understand, like, what that is? And a lot of, and I hate to say it, a lot of people, men and women, are just not receptive, and they're not emotionally mature yet, because they have to get to that point. Because if you're going to get so frustrated, and it's just going to be so like, what is going on here? What is going on here? Nothing is going to get solved.
Exactly. And don't feel bad about saying that it was men and women, because it is. And this is not, we're not bashing. We're just having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel bad about saying that. Please don't, because here, it's okay, because I want the listeners to know, and because actually in the new year I want to start having more men participate in these types of conversations. And so I want men to know that here on this particular platform, in this house, you know, we don't bash. We're not bashing men.
Right.
It's an equal opportunity type thing, because we're gonna hold women accountable for their actions just as well as we say that men need to be held accountable. So it's an equal opportunity here. So don't feel bad about saying it's people, because you're right. It is. It is both people. It is men and women that in some instances, lack that emotional maturity and that intelligence at the same. And I think a lot of times as women, people automatically assume that because we are women, or that they come across women, that they're automatically are nurturers. And that is so untrue. Now, it's true for some women, but all women are not that nurturer, that mother figure. They didn't have
there are some actual men that are good nurturers.
There
are men who they are good at taking care of their woman, and you'll find that when you get sick or something out of the ordinary happens, and it just automatically comes out of them. And I find nothing wrong with that. To me, that's attractive, because they can handle it either way. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Absolutely, no. You're good. Don't think like that, sis. But I totally agree with you. Yeah, I just hate that narrative about women always being nurturers, and that it's out there, and that people don't want to recognize the fact or see the fact that that's not true for every woman. But there are men that they're fathers, you know, and you see them with their children, and you're like, wow, it's not so surprising that he's good. For me, my father, he had the ability to be a really good nurturer because in my own life, I've experienced where my dad took care of me. My mom was the breadwinner. There was a switch of those classical household traditions where my mom went out and she made more money, and at that time, my dad stayed home and he took care of me. And so I've lived that reversal. And my father was very good. He had I want to say that he had some emotional intelligence and he had some maturity, but at a same point in time, it was stumped. He lost his mother when she was 36 years old, and he was 17, 18 years old. He was the oldest out of his 6 siblings. And so when my dad got to be 36 years old, it was like that trauma of losing his mother. It was like, okay, I'm going to die anyway. So my mom died when she was 36, so I might as well do whatever it is I want to do and live it up. And so it was like a switch, a change happened in him when he got to be that age, and it never corrected. So much happened. He was unable to fix a lot of those past relationships that he had broken, those bonds that he had broken. But he was great, So men can and are wonderful nurturers. My husband was. When I first got sick, he was right there. He stayed in the hospital with me, beside me, and so I think that we need to. That's why I like having these conversations. Why I want to have more of these conversations, because we need to see men in a different light, and we need to see women in a different light than what's being shown to us on social media. And so here, like I say again, we praise you. If you're doing right, we're going to praise you. If you're doing wrong, we're going to tell you you're doing wrong. But we still love you, though.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's all in love. It's all in love.
Exactly. So, yeah, men are great nurturers. I know a friend of mine. He's a dad, and he's a very attentive father. And to me, that looks good. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Oh, you're such a daddy. You're such a daddy's girl. We got daddies, So, yeah, I think it's great. I think it is attractive. Very much so.
I have a question for the panel. I'm not trying to put anyone in an age bracket, so please don't think that. But with dating in the last 10 years, if you guys think about it, what has happened to where we are at, where we're at right now? Where do you think that it took a turn, and do you think we can get it back or get some of it back to where we're respecting each other and getting back to what I like to call the basics? It's just the basic things to me that's missing. What do y'all think happened or whatnot? I'm not gonna say mine just yet because I could tell y'all where I think it went wrong. But if
for me, I would say it's just a lack of effort. I'm single, and I'm just hit the 50, and what I constantly got is the lack of effort and being genuine. It's like they're gotten to a point where they got used to superficial. So when they find someone who isn't and who is that dream vision that they have, they don't know what to do because they're so used to the superficial.
Right.
And for me, I've never been superficial, so I don't tolerate that mess. So I'm like, no, you're gonna have to step up. And unfortunately, we've gone through this period where it seems like they don't want to step up because they feel like if they step up, they have to continue and put out more instead of just dealing with, I can just do the bare minimum. Somewhere along the line, it's like some felt like they could not have to do the work, but they could still get prize. And unfortunately, there are some females that help that mindset because it wouldn't be so spread around as much if there wasn't females letting them think that it was okay. So it's not like just bashing them. It goes both ways. You tolerate what you learn. You learn it. You see, this is what I got to do. It's like a plant. You started from a seed, it grows.
Right.
So it's just like you have to change it, take off the bad part, replant it, and hopefully pray that it grows into something better. So you
and as it grows,
you can be more than just doing the bare minimum. When you do put in more, you get more. All that fake mirage is gone, and you have the real thing if you do the work. And it's more. You see the mirage of the fakeness more than you see the genuine. Well, I know here.
True. Yeah.
And the maturity, unfortunately, it doesn't. I've dealt with people my age, usually before I became his age. Maturity level is no. And I've dealt with people who are younger, who were more mature. Right. I was like, okay. But unfortunately, those that were more mature, their wish list did not measure up to their mentality. They wanted that wedding anniversary, 75 years, but you're still in dating mode. You haven't put in the work for that level, but you wanted that's a standard. And so for me personally, I'm hoping, since it's like it's phasing out, that people are gathering the information to, okay, I can be open, I can be honest, I can show emotions, and it's okay. It's not a fad. That's fade.
That's true.
Reality is that the people that you really want are there. You just got to get through the weeds. And unfortunately, there's a lot of weeds.
Yeah.
Can I actually say something about what you said? Because you were like in my head for a moment when the question was presented about what happened. I know that you ladies noticed that when you see somebody that actually is brutally honest, or they're just honest and straight to fact and they don't sugarcoat anything, you ever notice that people don't really like them?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I get that kind of
People are so...
Yes.
Right. People are so used to being cuddled and sugar-coated. It's like, hey, I'm going to tell you, they want to hear what they want to hear, not the truth. And that kind of piggybacks on, on what you were saying. And I was thinking, as you were speaking, I was like, that is exactly what I was talking about when, that's what I was thinking about when the question was posed to the panel about what do you think happened. In society, they make it so that when you actually express yourself, you become the problem.
Yep.
It's like when you tell somebody how you feel, and it doesn't even have to be animated. Just think about it. If I start speaking right now and my voice is elevated, I'm going to become an angry black woman. But maybe I'm just
right.
Absolutely.
Or you're not feminine enough.
See, it's that. And it's like, oh, well, are you talking so hard? Are you so?
Yeah, if you talk about your problems, your luggage, oh, she got too much baggage. You got
exactly.
Right. Clean closet. It's spring clean. She's smart enough to go through her luggage and empty it out. That's why she's able to talk about it instead of hold on.
That if men discuss it, oh, they're just passionate. If their voice get elevated, oh, they're passionate about what they're speaking about. And I'm like, well, we're passionate too.
Every black woman.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, you're back to the angry black woman if you even have an ounce of emotion. Or if you show, even if it shows on your face, oh, she's angry.
Right.
I'm like, no, just
right.
But
you know, I've noticed also that it's not just men that do that. Women will do it too. Women will do it to each other too. They'll say, "Oh, why are you angry?" I'm like, "I'm not angry. Why do you think I'm angry?" You know, and I know it's a delivery. I know it can be a delivery issue as well.
It can be just a facial expression. She could have that. She could just have that blank face, and people take it as, "Oh, she's pissed.
She mad.
Yeah,
she's right."
And she's been having the best day out of the whole year, and you people still take it.
Exactly.
But then, and it's like it's hard to even speak on that because you're dealing with people's perceptions, and you can't. No matter what you do, you can't change people's perceptions because you can show everything up the sun. How you are, how you're quiet, you're kind, you're empathetic. If they don't want to see it that way, there is nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
But if you take that knowledge and you you have the confidence to not take in so much of caring about what other people say. What are you called?
That B word.
There you go.
Better, or better. Because you're not conforming to what they. Anytime you get in a situation where you're letting people know that I'm not responsible for what you think of me, you become the problem. Because you're not letting their narrative control you. And people hate to not be in control. So it's like they're looking at you like, okay, so how you gonna walk around? Well, I don't. Why am I gonna let you label me when half the time you don't even know me? It's like you're just judging me on maybe a post. It could be the way I walked into the room. You don't know. I probably just caught my dress in the door. You don't know what happened. It's not all about. You know, a lot of people don't. I know. I'm worried about what people think of me, but what people think of you is really not relevant. Your control. It's like it's not relevant. It's what you think of you because you know you. They don't.
When it comes at the end of the day, are you going to be more happy about what somebody thinks of you or what you think of yourself?
Think of you. That's it. That is it.
And the main thing when you realize that's what you want in that partner is not just that, oh, he thinks so highly of me. He knows I got me. I don't have to worry about him like he's trying to prove something to me. He's just my support system. And he's okay with that because he's doing his thing as well. So while he's out doing his thing, making himself happy, the best bond for me in my eyes is when we go do our own things, but come together and share it.
Makes sense.
I have to tell how proud I am of him. He can be how proud I am of me for what we accomplish in our own spaces, and then come together and make that unit.
I've been sitting here thinking about the question that you asked, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Like, honestly, I was married and I was content. And so because I wasn't out there looking and having to date anymore, I didn't pay attention to the last 10 years. And then the next thing I know is that all men were bowing down to Kevin Samuel. And I'm like, where the hell did he come from?
Oh, my gosh.
Right.
Where did
to me, he was a flex. He was a flex and a fraud. I'm sorry. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean, but, you know, and I share that same opinion.
Yes, I think most women share that same opinion. But I tried to listen to his podcast once because my husband and I wanted to talk about it. Yeah, and
oh, you good? I could barely listen to his video on YouTube, on Facebook.
I was like, what in the hell where did they cover that rock from and get him from? Like, where did he come from?
My idea of it is he came from simple fact he knew how to sell himself.
Exactly. He was no different than Trump. For me, in my opinion, Kevin Samuel was no different than Donald Trump. He said all the right things.
He knew what people wanted to hear. He found a way to do it.
Target audience. He said all the right things to his target audience. And
but also they have controversy to bring more people to his audience.
Yeah, basically to me, that's what he did. I think it became okay to
go over the top.
No, I think what has happened is it's become okay to disrespect Black women, and it's become okay, and it's become part of a skit.
For me, that's always been there. That's not new for me.
Well,
that's true. I was just about to say that too. It's always been there.
That's nothing new.
It's been there, but again, to me, it's no different than Donald Trump. Because we knew that racism was
Trump, but
here.
Because you haven't been in it for a while because you were married, you missed a lot. Because you were set. You were set.
Yeah.
Since I've been single way longer because I've never been married, so I've dealt. Oh no, that has been there. It's been in waves to where it's hyped up like Trump. And then it'll die down a little bit depending on what the trend is, but it's always there, and it's usually up in front. Yeah, it's always there, especially for a Black woman.
I can respect that. I mean, because like I said, I
definitely agree. I definitely agree because they even I would go as far as say just women, period. And for the question that I asked, my response to that is social media. I think social media come along and where you can use social media for good, as we're doing on this platform. I think that social media took people to where, as the cliche goes, I got to flex for the gram instead of keeping it real.
Yeah,
being absolutely real. And how
Yeah.
people want to be like these couples on the gram, but they don't want to do the work that those couples got to to be like they are on the ground,
but they
or in
also
reality.
add on to that, a lot of them know that what's on the ground is fake. It's superficial.
Right.
It's not even.
It's for
It's not
content.
even 90% of the time even realistic. Because if it was realistic, I'm like they show it all, and I'm like every person that's on Instagram, every couple, they do the exact same trend. You do the exact same thing, the exact same way, because it's a trend, but you're original. You cry at the exact same part. I will watch these. I use it as amusement just to figure out, okay, where is the skit? Because I always find it. Because you can't be, how original are you if, I'm going to pretend like I'm my spouse's ex on the phone. And then there's a trend of 50 other doing the exact same thing. Using the exact same lines, but they're original. It's not. It's more of. This has been years of facade, and it's getting to the point where facades are fading. It's like it's not sufficient enough. It's like an appetizer. That's not going to fill you up, and people are coming finally to agree, realizing it because they're growing up. It's it's new, it's like a video game, it's kids, but you're getting older. You need more than that.
Yeah.
And if they can't show that, okay, then what is left to be done? And that means, and what needs to be done is the work. They're trying to show a facade of what a real thing is. Only way you're going to get the real thing and see it is if you be in it and open up to it. And that's the reality of it, because that facade stuff, if you want that, that's great. There's plenty of them on YouTube to watch.
And going back to something else that was said in this conversation about, Deidre, you said it, about about the work, and also how people want to, I'm sorry, I don't know who said it now, but they want things they jump from a relationship, and T and I have talked about this ad nauseum, how people jump from we're dating to now we living together, and now we, there is no, there's no in between. Yeah, there's no in between. You just moving, or we hook up.
You're going with the flow.
Had sex. And now we like each other, and we like having sex, so now we live together.
Right. And it's like when you finally find someone good, you want to hold on to them, but sometimes men and women hold on so tight, that's the way you're pushing them away.
Suffocating.
Suffocating. Right. That's the way you're pushing them away.
And not only do you push them away,
it's a balance,
but again,
and it's a hard
you have
balance.
people that come into your life with false pretenses or with their own agenda. And a lot of times I'm finding that people back out, and I know I'm the newbie here and I accept my role. But people go back, people have their own agenda, and they're out here trying to find something to get for nothing. As my godmother used to call them, boll weevils without a home.
It goes back to something that happened with me and my daughter, just to be transparent. She wanted to make a recipe that was online, and I told her, I said, you're seeing something that's for 30 to 60 seconds, but you're missing the meat or the full grasp of what to do with this recipe. They're not telling you the measurements of the items you're using. They're not telling you the temperature of the stove. So with that, I'm going back to relationships. People just see the outside, and then they're missing the full meat of the relationship, the arguments, the growing with each other, getting to know each other. And it's like people,
how do y'all settle arguments?
Exactly.
How do you celebrate? I'm like,
right.
what are your what's that? What is it called? Your love language. What is what is your way of showing love? How's that way? You know, when this person does this, you know it's their version. It's not your version. It's theirs. Are you open enough to see how this person is showing you? Not how they show, not just what you want.
Right.
But,
And not only discussing your love language, but your triggers.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
That right there.
Just like every conversation, period.
And see, that discussing your triggers is very important. And here again, once again, are you entertaining somebody that is there for the long haul or somebody that has a hidden agenda? Because they'll take those triggers and use them against you. So it has to be.
Absolutely.
It has. Right. So it has to be, you know, it's almost like you're walking on eggshells. It's like everybody seems to want like a microwave relationship. It's instant.
Sometimes
you don't want to work for it.
In the beginning of a relationship, you have to do that game, 2 truths and a lie, just to see what they're going to do.
That right there. Perfect. The 2 truths and a lie. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. 2 truths and a lie.
Truth and a lie. That's right.
And when you realize you got the one that's sticking to the truth, okay, then I can, I can let you know. That what I told you was a lie. Just had to make sure.
Right. That works. Yeah.
You got to do that too. The truth and a lie.
And one thing that I want to point out, having an emotionally intelligent man is a good thing. It's a wonderful experience to have that man that can go down, because I wanted to get into the conversation. We'll have to come back and do this. But I want to get into the conversation about exactly what makes an emotionally intelligent person. But I also want to point out one thing, and this is going to lead to another episode of Night Talks with Sasha coming probably in the new year. Narcissism. An emotionally intelligent man can also be a narcissist.
True. That's
very true. Very true.
I want to put that out there. And it's not just men that are narcissists, but in this conversation.
Sometimes the men learn from the females. That's why they catch on and keep going with it.
Yeah,
but
in this conversation, we're talking about men. So that's why I said that. But an emotionally intelligent person can be a narcissist. So when you say that they learn your triggers and then they turn around and use those triggers on you and listening to what you say, they are giving you that space to open up and to be transparent and vulnerable, but then they take your vulnerability and then throw it in your face.
One thing I always tell plenty of females, my female friends who have dealt with narcissists, is when you start becoming vulnerable, you have to pay attention 3 times harder than you did in the beginning. Because you have to make sure you're paying attention to how they're responding to what you're telling them. Are they taking notes to where they're trying to make sure, okay, you don't ever have to worry about that, I won't ever do that to you? Or are they just taking notes and like, okay, I can use this? There's a difference, and you can see the difference when how they react to it.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh my God. When you're going to be open and you're feeling like you want to be vulnerable with this person, because that right there takes a lot to even get to that part. If you're going to be,
are there levels to vulnerability?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yes. There's definitely. There's absolutely levels to vulnerability. Absolutely.
Yes. Because it's one thing to be on the phone with somebody and getting to know them, to talking to FaceTiming, to feeling comfortable being in the car with them, to going out to a restaurant, to letting your secrets out, letting your
right.
the fears and your triggers and all those are different stages. But sometimes women we get to the point where we get feel comfortable with one aspect and we rush through, and you don't pay attention that they're not listening to like, oh, okay, it's like, oh, I can do this, because you're not paying attention.
They're listening to gain something for themselves, not listening to actually get to know you.
Yeah,
exactly.
True.
And that's why I say
true.
That's why I always tell my friends, listen, when you start feeling that you want to open up, you have to keep your brain open. You have to keep your eyes open.
True. Yeah, absolutely.
You have to focus to make sure that just because you feel comfortable telling this to this person, you still got to make sure that person is the right person to be telling it to.
That's true. And what can I interject real quick? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, I know we're talking about narcissists in relationships, but I wanted to have a full moment of transparency and to let you all know that I actually, and we're talking about male and female, my mother was a narcissist. She was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder along with dissociative personality disorder. And I grew up with that. So when you was like, yeah, women can be narcissistic, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they definitely can on a different level, especially when that's your parent. So you get to choose your mate, but think about
you can't choose your parent.
You know, you can't choose your parent. So so women can definitely be. Yeah, definitely.
Wow. And DID?
Yes.
She said that's the abbreviation.
Dissociative. Yes. Dissociative disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. She was diagnosed with that, along with it was something else that they had classified. But me being young, not understanding all the jargon at that time, I just knew that I was living with a Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde, and I couldn't explain it to people. So it was just like, well, I'm not listening to that little girl. That little girl knows what she's talking about. I was like, okay, let me just get over here.
Yeah. It's amazing. Well, we'll get into the last person that I was dating. I believe that he was a narcissist.
I agree.
And it's like, damn, I got cancer. I need that too. But
you don't need that either.
No. And so it was,
I think because she does have cancer, he used that. Well, that's the way to keep her blindsided, because she's got focused so much on that she can't pay attention to every aspect of the crap that he was doing.
No.
So
wow.
To a certain degree.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
The cancer can't. I'll get into it more, but he didn't even know about it at first, and that wasn't what he didn't.
When I
had my guard up, like you're talking about, you had to keep your eyes open and you had to keep your guard up and know what they're.
When somebody's attracted to someone, they can sense and see that there's something going on without knowing what the exact thing is. So
True.
we didn't have to know exactly that it was cancer, but we knew that there was something, because that's life. Everybody has those senses when you can tell when something's not quite right with this person or that person, or even if it's just a situation. But when it's how you use those senses. And when people are looking for whatever thing that they're looking for and don't want to use the right tools and beat up for the right reasons, they're going to automatically, this person got something going on. Let's go check that out. Because they know that whatever it is, that's going to be a bigger focus. They might see what I'm doing, but they're not going to put their complete energy into it because they got something else going on. And they don't have to know what it is, but you can sense that there's something.
It was something. You're right.
If it's a narcissist, they're gonna grab hold to that. It's like they know those traits. They know when somebody is in a vulnerable situation. They know when, because I can say one of the things I dealt with somebody with bipolar. I was stalked by somebody with bipolar, and it was a female. And I don't know female.
Wow.
So that's why I say people. That's why I always tell people to keep your eyes and your ears open. Just because you feel comfortable being vulnerable, there still has to be, because people,
stay alert.
They can sense that. They can, okay. They can tell. She hasn't been dating. She hasn't been dating for a while. So okay, that's a vulnerability. So okay, she don't know the trends or what's going on. That they can use that. This person is this for that, or they, got health issues. They're gonna be focused more on that. But they're gonna those things. Even if they play it cool, calm, collective, still can be used. It's gonna be used against you, and you're not gonna be paying attention to it because you're a new widow. You have health stuff going on. Right. You have all these things. You're not. So you're not gonna know what they're doing until it reached a point of no return, because you don't know.
Well, that's not exactly. You're right.
Yeah, it's different for everybody to where that flag comes up, but to a degree, everybody's still gonna catch it in some form or fashion.
Absolutely, I agree with that, and I think it's really bad when you tell your therapist, I think he's a narcissist, but you keep him around anyway.
That part.
And when they start
your therapist is like,
okay, there's something wrong right here.
He said, what? But, So that's gonna be a show. I think that it needs to be talked about. I think that it needs to be. I don't want to get into. I don't want to get into too much about it, but we got a caller. They anonymous. Okay, let's see who this is. Hello, caller.
Yeah, good evening.
Hi.
Good night, I should say. Yeah, hi. I was just perusing the website here to see what you guys were really into.
First of all, can I say one thing? Can you tell me your name?
Yeah, I go by Solution.
Okay, Solution.
Hello, Solution.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
We're very.
Thank you. Now, finish.
Good. Yeah, I see what you guys are. You talk about a truce. Look, may I just be candid with you? May I?
Sure.
Okay. Women could solve this in one fell swoop. They are creating the backlash. They are women. You guys, and you know it too. This is not a surprise. You know that the vast majority of men just want a woman they can talk to, relate to, be simple. Instead, you guys have these absolutely, maybe not you personally, so don't take it personally, but these unrealistic expectations. 6 feet, 6 pack, 6 figures, 6 inches. I mean, your women's demands, especially in America or first world countries, They're just unreasonable. They don't even meet their own demands. Think about that.
True.
Can I respond to that?
I'm sorry, you guys spoke over each other. Say it again.
Do you mind if I respond to that?
Oh, please do.
As we were saying earlier about this level of delusion that people have been putting out, and we say it goes both ways, guys and females. Because I'm the one, like I stated, I'm the main one that's been dating, trying to deal with. What I see is what you described, not there. They want the Instagram, what they see on TikToks, what they want in Facebook, all these illusions. Yes, there's plenty of people, of the women and men who want the basic, just simple stuff, simple, easy, no added stress. We got life to give us all the stress we need.
Right, that's true.
But the reality, when it comes to dating, the idea of how to do it has been kind of taunted with internet, because they show these different illusions like, this is how it is now. This is how, if you do this, you get this. They don't show the work that goes into it, because it doesn't work when you go into someone's DM and you start interviewing them and they don't even know who you are.
Right.
But you expect to get this because you like their profile picture or you like something that said, but you haven't put the work to say, hi, my name is Joseph.
Right. Now, I gave you I'm sorry, had you finished?
Well, yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Look, tell me if I live up to my name. Okay, I go by the name Solution. Some people say Mr. Solution. It's fine. But look here, you said it goes both ways. Now, that's what you call negation. You negate or dismiss what's being said. It really does not go both ways. It goes one way. And the way it is that, first of all, you guys shouldn't even be on the internet. Just meet people out in real life. Women ask me, well, where can I meet men? I say, are you kidding me? At a stop sign, on a park bench, in the library. You heard of Home Depot? Men are everywhere, and they're looking at you. But because of Me Too-ism and all the other isms, materialism and, bomb me out-ism, they don't really make the first approach because they know that can be dangerous, right? It can be treacherous. So it really doesn't go both ways. And I'm sure you ladies have heard this. Men are simple, not simplistic, simple. Men are easy to please. You guys have more choices in men than men have in women. Men have to work hard to even make a connection with you.
Your choices, not to cut you off.
No, that's okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Ask the question again. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, you were saying how we have more choices. Can you
let me give you an example.
About what type of choices we have?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
You're saying that women have more choices. Can you give more details of the type of
I was about to instantiate or give you an example. Sure. If you take, now, just say cold calls. Now, there are other ways to meet. I talk about referrals, having a friend do it. That means there's another intelligence on the planet that's interested in you having a relationship. But look, out of 10 women that a man approaches, he may, now I'm not talking about a famous man, just a regular man, a good man. He may get 2, maybe 3 numbers. But 1 or 2 of them may be fake. Now, you, on the other hand, as a woman, can probably access maybe 7, possibly 8 men. So just on the basis of initial contact, and tell me if you follow what I'm saying, because I want to be very lucid, very clear.
You are.
So it's easier for you to make contact with a man than vice versa. Is that correct or not?
I think it depends.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Knocking me over with a feather, by the way. If you're out in the street, you walk up.
No, wait a minute, Solution. Let me say something. Everybody just calm down.
Right, I didn't hear you, by the way. Go ahead.
It's okay. So, I think that what you're, in general terms, Solution, I think what you're saying could very well be possible. And it may be for a certain type of woman. But then you also have to take, you have to take into consideration when you are the women, let's say this, you have to take into consideration the women that you are now talking to. Now,
okay, with whom am I speaking, by the way? Can you just recite your name?
Okay, I am the hostess of this platform, and my name is Fasha.
Say Foster?
Tasha.
Oh, Tasha. Okay, Blog Talk doesn't have that great of a sound quality. Okay, Tasha, nice to meet you. Proceed, please.
Okay. But, so again, like I said, you have to take into consideration the women that are on my platform, on this platform, and who I am. So let me give you a description of what this show is. It is Night Talks with Fasha from a plus-size woman's point of view.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Yes, it's from a plus-size woman's point of view. Now, when you add that particular term, plus size, now you're running into, yes, I may have the ability as a plus-size woman to talk to, communicate with 6 or 7 different men. But out of those 6 or 7, only maybe 3 of those 6 or 7 may be interested in a plus-size woman. Now, we have 3. Now, out of those 3 men, it may be just 2 or 1 that may truly be interested in pursuing a relationship with a plus-size black woman, because, again, that term plus size. Because even though in society, plus size, it's the new thing is the big girl is in, that may be true. But if you're wanting a true relationship where a man is willing to date you openly, not just come around in the dark, not try to hide you, but he is openly taking you out. He is openly introducing you to people. He is openly pursuing you as a man should pursue a woman. Then you're getting down there kind of like low. But now if I was looking for a man that was wanting to fetishize me as being a feeder, watching me on camera, wanting to have sex with me for feeding me, taking me out to dinner, some of those ludicrous, asinine type things that some men do when they think that they are coming across a plus-size woman that has low self-esteem, does not have a high value of herself, does not consider herself a high-value woman as he considers himself a high-value man. So those are the things and the issues that women plus size, those are the things that we have to go through. And we have to narrow that margin. Out of those 10, there may be 6 or 7. And out of those 6 or 7, we're going to have to narrow that down to maybe 2 that are truly into who we are and wanting to date and know us for who we are and not for what we look like. Does that make sense?
Well, I understand the words that you're using, but now I have to keep true to I like truth, and I'm going to tell you, may we just be truthful here? I'm going to be as gentle as I can, but I'm going to be as forcefully truthful as I can if you guys are up to it.
Well, I think with your truth, there is a thing of being respectful. And so
I mean, I've not been respectful thus far, right?
I hope you have been respectful thus far.
Well, I have. I let's just satisfy that. I have. Hey, look here, I'll just say it.
Yeah, you come up.
You come across a little condescending. Don't think you got some ignorant women on here, but you do come across
I'm not
a little
condescending. I'm just direct. I'm not. But you'll see that I'm not condescending and that I am direct. But this is the point. We have to have a real conversation. Now, I read you guys' information on your website, and it seems like you're definitely seeking an honest conversation. Look. An oversized woman or a plus-size woman is just like a broke man. They're very much parallel. If a man came to me and said, I'm having difficulty with women, but I'm broke. Now, you guys know this, so let's just be honest. You guys don't want to deal with a broke man. You don't. No woman does, and no woman should. Could we agree on that?
No.
Song called "No Scrubs." There are plenty of songs. I don't want to scrub, et cetera. So come on. See, if we're not honest, we're not going to fix the problem.
Well,
that's a song.
We're being honest, but we're not giving you the answer that you want.
Hey, but I'm saying, do you want a broke man? Do you want a man that has no money and he basically has to be a parasite off you? Do you want that?
Can I please answer that? Can I answer you? I'm sorry. This is Gabriella.
Hi, Gabriella.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. I would like to respond to what you were just asking. I have dated a broke man, and in turn, because I loved him, it wasn't what he had. I dated him because of who he was. And because of the love that I had for him, he didn't require anything of me but to love him. The love I had for him projected him to a six-figure business that he now owns, and he is married to somebody else. And this is years ago. I am actually married to someone else. But your question was, do I want to date a broke man? Do I want to date a broke man? And have I dated a broke man? I didn't want to date a broke man. Was that his current circumstance? It absolutely was. Did I continue to love him through that and past that? I absolutely did.
Was that a smart move?
It absolutely was. Absolutely it was. Because I wasn't looking at his circumstance. I was looking at him as he was looking at me. He did not ask me for anything. He did not ask me to pay for anything. He did not ask me, hey, do this. But I gave him the motivation, because a lot of things do not require. A lot of people are too focused on material things. Actually, he actually needed more than just material things. Are not priceless. What he needed was priceless, and that is exactly what I gave him. This man is a six-figure. He owns his own business. He is in California, and he's flourishing with his family and his wife. We are all friends. She talks to me on a regular. So I don't know how a broke man and a curvy or plus-sized woman, I don't understand your correlation.
Well, what I'm saying to you is, and I hope, you're using a hyperbolic example. In other words, you're using an extreme situation to make a general. May I just finish the thought? I heard someone say something.
Yeah, but it was my experience. It wasn't hyperbolic. It was my experience.
Well, let me tell you why. See, because if we don't get some ground rules down, if we don't get some anchors down, it's going to be hard to move forward. Now, this is my point, is that if you go to a job or apply for a job, they're going to expect you to have some prerequisites, like some skills that the employer wants. Okay, and the same thing is true with the relationship. We are applying for a position. It happens to be a position in your life or my life, but we are applying for a position. Would you agree with that?
Correct. But what we're talking about when it comes to applying for positions, we're looking for the honest applicants, the ones that don't have to feel like they have to lie.
I'm going to get to that. But see, if certain things aren't in place, it's going to be difficult to get honesty or anything of any substance. And I would just say this. I don't think neither being broke or being plus size, now you didn't say how much of a plus, and maybe you won't say, but you now, is that over a 14? See, I don't exactly know what the numbers mean.
Why should it matter?
Okay. Well, it does matter. See, that's the thing, because men like women that are height weight proportional, and one's weight, they're not.
Man, that's just a type.
Wait let me just finish the thought.
Because
women aren't married to their weight. They weren't always that weight. They gained that weight. They became that weight. And if men don't like that, or if most men don't like that, well, women have to be willing to negotiate, just like men. I would not encourage a woman to get with a broke man. That is not a good mix. I'm not saying it never happens. It does happen. But it's not something that we really look forward to and or promote. That's the operative word, or at least one of the operative concepts. Just like if you had a child and your young daughter came to you and said, hey, I'm thinking about, dating Jerry. But Jerry doesn't have any money. He's basically a bum. But I like him. We sort of get along, et cetera, et cetera. You, as a mother who has invested money in your child, I don't think you're going to tell her to go through with that. You're going to tell her to find a better candidate. Or I hope you do.
To a child, especially to a daughter, the main thing we're going to is safety, honesty, loyalty, those things that hold more than a dollar sign, because you can meet somebody with $1 that has the income but don't have the skills to be the right person. And when it
comes true, so we need both.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
When it comes to talking about the weight and being compromising, I'm sorry. I've dealt with men who are bodybuilders who have beer bellies. They don't really care about size. When it comes to, if you're looking for the right thing, if you are open to the right thing for the right person, it does not matter. If your goals are right, if your face is right, if whatever, you are right for each other, then that is it. Saying that I have to be a certain way, physical aspects changes automatically. For female, for me. That's a give and take. But what makes that change even quicker? Personality, your ethics, your character. Those things matter. Dollar signs come and they go. If I can see that you know how to hustle, if it gets low,
yes.
A female will care more about that than the dollar, because hey, he's just one part, she's the other. So if he's going to do what he's got to do, and if she's legit, she will try to help him just as much as he is trying to do her. It's a teamwork. Only thing that we're saying, please let me finish. Only thing that we're saying when it comes to about being men is to find the right ones. Going through the how stages is when it comes to dating. Yes, I can go into Home Depot. I can do those things. And trust me, when I do, I get stared at. I get looked at. They're trying to feel like, oh, she knows what she's doing. Yeah, but that also intimidates, because women are not at that point to where, oh, I don't know what to do. I need a man to help me fix it. No, we got to the point to where we could do it ourselves. We have no problem asking for help, but in the same breath, we also know that we can do it ourselves, or we can go or ask for help.
It's not mandatory.
You can ask for what?
It's not mandatory that we have to go to the man to get it. We've learned how to just, as much as possible, do as much as we can, and then look for the resources to do what we can't do.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know. See, this is the thing. I'm sorry, recite. Gabriella, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, Gabriella, look, now, do you value a man's perspective, or is it just something you can hear and it just kind of floats off your... I mean, do you value what men have to say to you?
Absolutely.
Okay, if you value what a man has to say to you, then that means one would listen carefully and not be combative. And I'm not a man who wants to fight, but there are certain truths, and men do make the world work. I mean, I hope you know that. I mean, they make our lights come on, the water that we have flows, all of that, and they do it very efficiently, by the way, and sometimes we don't know that they're doing it, but they are. And so I would say if you value what men have to say, then you have to listen to what they have to say.
I'm sorry. I don't think you know.
I think he's getting us confused. Because it wasn't me.
I'm the one that's talking. I'm Deidre.
Right.
I'm speaking to the... Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hostile.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the one that's taking
Gabriella.
Wait a minute. You guys are talking over each other. I can't hear you.
Well, no. My name is Deidre. I'm the one that you're calling hostile. Gabriella hasn't said anything. That was me.
No, I didn't say you were hostile, did I?
Yeah, you kind of did.
I don't think I did. No, I used the example. No, what I mean to say. No, because I haven't heard anyone.
Hold on. Thank you. Hold on. Solution. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. I really do.
Do you really? Okay.
Yeah, I did. Yes.
I didn't get a chance to finish my point, by the way.
Well, we're running out of time.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. All right, look, I'll just hang out in the queue. I'll read the information on your website here, and yeah. So good talk, the little bit that we did. Thank you.
Yes. Please call back again, okay? I'd like to talk to you again at another time.
Sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you for calling and listening. I appreciate it. Okay. Good night. Bye now.
He got us confused.
I know. I'm like, what have they done now?
Wait a minute, what?
My voice went up just a little bit. I'm trying not to laugh.
And listen, I'm not even offended because the women on this channel are really on point. So I'm not offended that he got us confused.
No, at all. There's no...
I'm sorry. He was coming off real condescending. You're not about to sit here and compare.
He was very...
And when he got
I was
woman to a broke man.
I thought it was Kevin Samuels.
I didn't know.
He was.
I thought it was Kevin Samuels.
From the dead. Yes. That's exactly who he sounded like. Kevin Samuels. And I was like, is he coming to act? Because
then he didn't even realize how many people he was going after. I'm like,
I was like, I'm not even saying nothing. I just gave you the example. So you said you want to date a broke man, and I have dated a broke man because I wasn't after his money. He wasn't after my money. We were connected. Our energies aligned. So it had nothing to do with what that man had. It was who he was.
Right. Did you see he didn't have much to say when I said, when especially when you talk about a daughter, because my niece just had her first child and it's a girl. Anything out of 5 aunts, That one thing that child is gonna know is the main thing you better not even think about looking for is a dollar sign. You better make sure they know how to talk to you right, respect you, treat you right. No type of abuse, verbal, physical, anything. All those things matter more than what a dollar this person can put in the bank. Because what he can put in the bank, you can put in the bank.
He's an antagonizer. He got on here.
No, not just antagonizer. He's old fashioned. That was
but you know what, ladies? You know what I realized? I realized? I have to say this because I'm laughing so hard, and I don't want y'all to think. First of all, y'all are beautiful. The ladies on this panel, I hope we get these same ladies again because y'all rock. But I'm gonna tell you what I want to say. This, you know how you see somebody seeing some people having fun and it's getting on their nerves and they just
yes. Let me add some drama in the mix.
Right.
Yes.
That's all that was. Bless his heart.
Yep.
Bless his heart.
He wasn't ready. He really wasn't ready.
You called in anonymous. Go figure. Why you anonymous, bro? Okay, come on, bro.
I'm like, bro, I can give you my stage name. Trust me, people know my name more than they know yours. You can check out Lady D in Houston, Texas. Guess how many things you'll look up? Go for it.
Man, please don't get me started, because if you want to look up some names, baby, you come out plus side, ATL Thunder. Look it up. Don't play. Don't play. Do not play. We talking about years. We talking about decades. Let's not play.
If he's talking about don't play.
Look, Sasha already know. Sasha know. My stuff was posted. Man, Sasha know. No, man. Let's not play.
It took every ounce of me when he was talking about being out in public. I'm like, you are out in public because you don't know how to use the internet. Nobody does anything out in public, especially after COVID. Nobody trusts nobody going around anywhere. So you just told us on yourself how old you are. You don't even know how to do the internet.
He don't know how to use the internet.
Everybody does anything, even anywhere. They DMing, they doing anything online. Nobody, if you see somebody in Home Depot, you might look at them, but they ain't gonna recognize you. They got a mask over their face. I'm like, that's why I say old school. You coming from old ways, old traditions. You're not up to date with what's going on now.
Jesus. It's okay.
So, Deidre, you going to put your name first, or I put my name first? We going to be Gabby, Deidre. What we going to do? Deidre, Gab, what we doing? Because we the same person. I don't know what we're doing.
Magazine. Since 2006. Please give me some more time.
What are we doing?
Okay, y'all.
What we doing? That's the time. I mean, I'm just saying, that is so funny. I'm sorry. I'm hilarious. You can't. Sarah, you can't let those spirits sit up there get you upset. Ain't nobody upset. We laughing because it's funny. It's hilarious. It was the audacity for me. It was the audacity. It was the audacity.
I mean, all the audacity. Well, you know what?
Plus size women didn't even know what to say.
Wow. I was waiting. I'm like, please go ahead and do it.
When he said plus size women, did you catch his response to where you could tell even from where y'all at in the car, home, or wherever? His brain was like,
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Exactly.
And I'm like, you trying to go for this, and you trying to put that in a separate thing. I'm like, no, that right there is a whole topic on itself, but you've already let us know you have nothing to say about it because you don't.
It makes me wonder if he was on his podcast coming on to this podcast. Because how he gave a definition of his name and he just went, because we didn't ask for all that. You want to know why I'm the solution?
Exactly.
We didn't ask for all that. So it makes me wonder if he tried to blend in the two podcasts.
And did he realize, and I wonder, did he realize nobody said anything about that? Nobody,
right.
We didn't
even care.
It's like every time he tried to throw bait out there, we didn't latch onto it, or we didn't latch onto it the way he wanted to.
And then
so then he went into the direction of, since you don't want to listen.
When we called her out about condescending, we're being condescending. No, Negro, you got 3 different women telling you were.
Right. Remember, it's not 3. Remember, Deidre, we're 1.
Exactly. Y'all just one together.
Yeah,
so.
but we're 1 with 2 different high pitched tones. So that's the personality.
And I'm top.
Personality talking off.
And I'm top.
Oh my God, I'm laughing so hard. This got me laughing so hard.
That man always calls me.
Understand
Like, every
him.
time that I get a weird call, it's
Oh
always
my God, that
same
sounds like one of my
man.
old patients. I just spent over 20 years in healthcare as a nurse aide. When I tell you, I deal with the corniest, craziest old people that come up with the craziest stuff. I'm like, then you just remind me of this so and so. This so and so. I'm like, if you don't shut up.
So on the show that Mike and I had, my husband and I had, it was always this one guy that would call in and have something to say. His name was Joe. He said his name was Joe. He would always call in and he would get shit started. It would always be at this time of the show, close to the end, he would call in and get shit started. This man has called in before, and this is his third time calling in on my show since I've had it back up. This is his third time.
So he's an avid listener.
Yeah.
So this is an avid listener. So he can keep in touch with what you're doing. So that's a good thing. So
exactly.
he's trying to come up with something. So that's good.
He's trying.
That's good. He's trying. He's not succeeding, but he's trying. He's trying. I'll give him that. But he is not what he's failing to understand. Is he, like I was saying earlier, you gotta keep your mind open because you're gonna miss a lot. I think a whole wave went through that man's head. He did not catch squat
at all.
No, he couldn't. He had his head for
Sasha. He had one moment.
Sasha.
He did not like women talking about what they want in a man. And then try to say, we have to meet them. We didn't want to meet you, but when we put ourselves out there and we dealt with you.
Sasha, I want to ask you, on the next panel, could I change my name since we have solutions? I'm going to change my name to Problem.
Okay.
So,
I
just want to change my name.
Okay, you're going to be Problem, I'll be Solver.
There you go. That'll work. Because we wanted the same anyway, because we just grouped us all together.
Yeah,
I know.
Just do it. Yeah.
So, I don't want to put the exclamation mark. She's just going to be silent. Exclamation mark.
There you go.
Just,
y'all let it be rolling. Oh, my God.
I'm trying to talk about my voice. I'm like, no, I'm trying not to laugh in your face. Really, dude?
Oh, wow.
That's what I was doing. But you didn't hear me chuckling because I couldn't hold it. I was
I heard y'all giggling. I was like, that's what I was going on.
Okay, y'all.
I'm like, I hear someone giggling. I'm like, I
you was going to cut that man. Like, seriously, dude, I thought you was going to call that man out his name. And I was going to be
I really did, too.
Yeah.
No. But you know what? You know, this is the funny thing. I am the youngest out of 7 children. I'm 50, so that means my oldest is almost in her 80s. I have one sister who's married, and and he reminds me of him. That man tries to argue and debate me about. I'm just gonna give example: advertising. This man doesn't use a computer. My sister does. If there's anything with internet, she takes care of it. So this man is going to try to talk and debate me about how there's more advertisement potential in newspaper than internet. I have to deal with this regularly. So I know how to keep the composure, keep the face looking somewhat straight.
He said in the newspaper.
Because that was huge. Because he didn't even
read the newspaper.
Girl,
don't read the newspaper no more.
They've been married.
Ladies, I'm just too.
I want to say almost 50 years. Do you know to this day they have cell phones and they cut them off? They think that's gonna make it last longer. Yes. Love them to pieces, but we clown them. That, see, what I deal with, I know how to handle that nitwit.
Oh, Lord.
That nitwit reminded me of the one down the street.
Hey, we talking.
Oh, Lord.
This is fun.
That's why I said,
Oh, my goodness.
I hope he ain't in the queue listening, because, Lord, he getting talked up at.
oh, I can't wait till we have our next conversation. And this time, remember who I am.
All right, y'all.
Oh, no, I bet she's going to go. She's going to go back and look through. I'm HPS Magazine and leave a thesis comment on some of my codes.
Okay, we're gonna do this again. We gotta finish up this conversation.
We have to do this again.
We definitely, ladies. When I tell y'all on this panel, this is nothing but love. Y'all are absolutely wonderful. Sasha, you are the absolute best. Y'all, this energy we got, we definitely got to do this again.
Please.
Oh yeah, because if it comes back, this is gonna be hysterical.
And soon. But I want to thank y'all. So thank you, ladies, for coming out. We got ATL Thunder up in the house. Y'all ain't even gonna know. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know nothing about no ATL Thunderbird.
Oh,
we are free.
I need to let her know. Who's gonna be my first article in January? What?
Like I said.
Girl. For real?
Oh, I got so much to say now. Since I don't know no better about dealing with broke men and being a plus size woman.
Well,
I mean, look, you got me cracking up. It's like that. Oh my goodness.
I'm like, and he don't even know how to deal with a plus size woman because he was dead silent. That right there told you. You don't know.
It's a plus size.
Shut your mouth. When you
can hear a pin drop.
When you says plus, you got to know when to, like, okay, and let it go. You think just dealing with a white woman is maintenance? Deal with a plus size.
He wasn't ready.
Like that dipping silence. That was that close. Brown man had no clue what to deal with when it comes to a plus size woman. He had no clue, but he didn't have a clue about the topic. He did not read that info. He didn't finish reading that info before he put that one to be in this one.
No, okay. He couldn't even finish it. He was too busy trying to be messy. He was too busy trying to be messy. He couldn't read nothing.
You did. You came in with a black top and one big hot top looking like, no.
You do that.
No.
You do that mess all the time. Every time he comes on, it be some mess. The last time he was on here, my other co-host was on here, and he started talking mess, and Beauty was like, she got it with her voice because she had this voice, and every time anybody listens to her, they just fall in love, and so he got mesmerized by Beauty's voice, and he just kept going, well, I will. I was like, yeah, thank you.
I don't even think he realized that there were three other voices on the phone.
He didn't.
He thought he was going to come in being all I'm trying to use an old term, cavalier.
Oh, please.
Oh my gosh, I have to go back old school. Cavalier.
He was tired to cool women. He was what he was. Understanding.
Cool plus size women on what we go through, even though he don't have a clue what a plus size woman goes through because he don't deal with plus size women because he didn't even know how to approach a plus size woman.
I swear he sound like he not sound like Kevin Samuels.
I'm telling you, I thought that's why I was like, y'all didn't hear. I said Kevin Samuels. When he started, Kevin Samuels? What is that?
Yes. I was like, he sound, who is the guy he sound like? He sound like Kevin Samuels. Wow, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when he went down. Can't find it.
I think he tried to use that same tactic as Kevin Samuels. I think that's what he was aiming for.
And just like Kevin, it blew up in his face. No.
It blew slap up.
Yes, it blew up in his face.
My beautiful sisters, we just experienced what we call intellectual immaturity. Let's give it up for intellectual immaturity, shall we?
Hello.
Because I wouldn't even call that intellect. That was not even intellect. That was just what's the word? What I said about facade. That was a facade.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was a facade.
Yeah.
He wanted to be
because whenever we responded back to whatever he said, his tone, everything got more deeper because he wanted to be more condescending because whatever we saying is wrong. So he tried to focus on.
Because we were not saying the answers he wanted. He was trying to lead us down the road, and we were detouring on him. And that's what was getting him frustrated.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We were not. We were making him be accountable for the bullshit he was saying. That was
that too.
I'm like,
no one thing you not about to sit here and compare us to a broke man.
Exactly.
He's probably upset because he broke it in the broke man he was trying to think of, and still can't get nobody. Because I'm sorry, there was decent guys down the street who broke his hell, staying at the gas station till the lights come back on. Still get more conversation, get more intellect, get more than come up with what just came on the phone.
Oh God. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Y'all just.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to stage this. I'm gonna have to stage my platform for the next time. So I can get rid of these.
If he's a regular, you better get it ready because it's gonna be a doozy.
Yep. I agree.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
If all three of us are coming back and he comes in as a regular, you better get it ready and you better be able to find a way to blow it through these cords to get it right to his head because it's.
I doubt if he's coming back. He might.
So he'll be back. He'll be back
but
because he does what he says has merit. And he knows, and he in that mindset of his, he knows there are people who have that mindset. So he will be back just because he is that of the negative. Mm-hmm. It might not be the next time, but he will be back.
He'll be back, but he won't be on here.
And he got to hear his voice on the podcast.
We don't want that negative energy. We don't want that.
But he heard his voice on the podcast. He's gonna be back.
Oh, girl, he feeling himself.
Exactly. He's feeling himself on a podcast. When this is over and it's sent out as okay, it's like to go listen to. He's gonna spread that all around. He's not even gonna care that he got shot down by 3 women, more than 3, but still put down and everyone said, "See, I was there. See what they said about me? They didn't want to listen." He's that grandfather that sits in the corner while everybody's doing everything else and just gonna talk. What's that guy from Medea? The one. Whatever. Yeah. That's all he got is the negative stuff to say because he can't handle it. Joe. He is going to be back. I can bet. I don't know how much crap on it. I can bet my next broke boyfriend, he will be back. I don't even have one, but I know if I find one, he'll be back before I find him.
Okay. Oh, thank you, ladies. Bring it down. Woosah. Come on, everybody say it with me. Woosah.
You can't stop laughing. You have to get that out. Okay.
That is too funny. I'm sorry. This is hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
I don't think you knew he was going to bring that type of entertainment.
No, he didn't.
That is
he
what
no
he thought
idea.
he was going to get.
Let me. We're going to try to come back next week if we can, if everyone is free. We'll see. And
I will make myself be free for this.
Thank you.
I will make myself be so super free.
Thank you.
We will be here on the 15th, same time, same location. And we're going to get into, and then on the third show will definitely be some men. Yeah. I don't know. I might combine it and have all men, have them on with us on the 15th. Y'all want that? Y'all want the men on with us? Or you want me to just leave them over there by themselves?
Oh, no. Bring them on. Come on and marry. Just be better than that.
Yeah.
That's my only request. Just be better than that.
Okay, I'll see if
anything gonna be better than that.
No.
Every time we say that,
something worse pops up. No.
And instead of it being a 3-part, we'll just do a 2-part series. Because it is, I realize it is getting close to Christmas, so. Yeah, I might just go on and do that and see if I can get them to come on with us on the 15th.
You might want to have them listen to this one so they know what not to do.
I don't think we got that problem. I don't, but I will.
Good. I just want to make sure. Please do not do.
No, they got me cracking up. Oh my God. No, they ain't got to have. No, we ain't got to worry about that. Cause no.
Oh, I was not trying to show this side of me today. I was.
Okay.
Sis, you did what you needed to do because he was talking very condescending, and it was just like I kept trying to swallow because I was like, if I say it's gonna be ended because I'm gonna use every expletive, and we don't need to do all that. I was like, he's not worth that, so I was like, let me just hush.
When I told him that all you did was turned around what he did. Oh, he did not like that, and that made me smile, and that brought on the wrong part of my brain. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna make me smile. I'm gonna some more stuff for you.
He was. I don't know what made him think that he could come on the platform
because it's a podcast
and say that try to compare big women to a broke man and tell us that we need to change. And I mean, there are people with that mindset. Let's not act like they are not people with that same mindset. But
with money.
In other words, we need to settle, or we need to be happy that such and such want to deal with us.
He did mention. I did hear the word saying that we have to make the compromise, not the man.
Yes, because men make this world move. Men make this world. What do you say? Men make this world keep going.
Well, he said men make the world move, but I'm like, boo, we birthed them.
Exactly.
You might put the
but we check. I'm like, last time I checked, I know I'm in 2023.
Exactly.
Oh, no, not 24 yet. I think he thought it was 1823.
Like, bro.
I just cannot believe that he formed his mouth to say that men make and they do it very effectively. And he said,
we literally,
amazing things that don't have, that don't really need a woman's help. I'm like, true, but women also do the exact same thing. It's an equal opportunity. Black men don't get known for a lot of things that they do, just like a lot of black women don't get known for things that they do.
Right.
That's even more. Come up with something else.
And that was not no black man. That was a white man.
Did you notice that he backslid on things, the combative thing? He backslid on that.
That was not a man. That was just.
That
was not a man. That was
combative.
Just.
And he was like, I did not say that. Yes, you did. You
did
had say it. We all heard it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to bid you all a beautiful good night. Thank you for spending an hour or so with me tonight.
It was so much fun.
I had so much fun. You ladies are the bomb. You ladies are absolutely wonderful.
Yes, it was nice meeting all of you, and I can't wait to do this again.
Honey.
Yes, same here.
Yes, this was
same
fun.
here.
And ATL Thunder Girl, I'm just We've been wanting it. We've been trying to make this work for a long time.
I'm talking about this been a years on top of years, but it finally happened. So I think we about to make some moves on, ladies. I look forward to seeing y'all. Well, hearing from y'all again and being on this panel. We about to look. We gonna be sitting up on somebody's stage with the way we just went on.
Hello. Hello.
I'm just waiting.
That's what I love about y'all. Cause see, y'all got my vision. That is my. I swear to God, that's my vision. Like we gonna be on stage. Then we gonna happen. I am manifesting. I am speaking that, honey. Selling out arenas. What you talking about? Selling them.
You know it. You know it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that was just.
I'm gonna go lay down. Cause now I'm feeling so good. I gotta lay down.
Hey, go on and catch that wave. Go on and ride that wave. Ladies, y'all are wonderful. Be blessed. Stay blessed. Continue to shine your light like y'all keep doing. We gonna do this again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
All y'all.
Have a wonderful night.
Everybody have a great weekend. Be safe out there. And we'll see you again next Friday. I'm your girl, your diva, Sasha, coming in to you live for another episode of Night Talks with Sasha. And thank y'all. It was so much fun.
Okay. So next time.